Hey Lise. I had a few thoughts in my head and I realized that I haven't made you a video in a while, so I was just like, hey, I don't care what I look like right now, I'm gonna make Lise a video, and this is the look you get. My typical onesie, scarf, literally all of my hair is on the top of my head look. Fortunately for you, I've done this lovely cropping situation where you can't actually see the scrunchie, but similarly to Cindy Lou Who, that's what my hair is doing. Something similar. It's awful. Or wonderful, I can't really tell. So I had a couple of thoughts. Number one, I was watching the Olympics today, and of course it was the Canada versus United States hockey game. Not the men's, the women's. But still, I tuned in, and started watching. And then I was kind of watching because Canada was losing, and you know how much I hate when people lose. People that I'm rooting for anyway. And so it was, I think, about 8 minutes to go, and it's like 2-0, and I was like, you know what? If the Bruins can do it against the Maple Leafs in the playoffs last year, I believe that Canada can do it too. We can come, I think the Bruins had a worse loss. I don't remember. Playoffs were a long time ago. But whatever, Canada can do it. So I was just like, I'm going to commit to watching this. I'm going to commit to watching our girls and see how it goes, because I could not stomach losing to the United States. And so I'm starting to watch it. I post that on Facebook because I'm super, super sassy like that. And then we got a goal. And I was just like, okay, so this could actually happen. And then a couple minutes later, we get another goal, and it's tied up. And all of a sudden, we're going into overtime. So this is when it gets serious. I had to go downstairs and make some lunch, because I hadn't had lunch yet. So I was like, I have 15 minutes to make this lunch. And so I had a salad, because that's all I had time for. So I had my salad, came back up. Well, I didn't eat it down there. I eat it up here, of course. And so the game comes back on, and I'm just, watching it, and within the first, 40 seconds, I think it was, the States was just scoring, and I was just like, or not scoring, sorry, it was just, shooting on Canada's goal, and I was just like, oh, this is stressful, ladies, we can do it, and I was just, cheering them on from my bed, because what a sporty spice I am, sitting at home on a Thursday of reading week, watching the Olympics, because going outside. What? It snowed again today, by the way. So anyway, it's coming back on. I'm watching. There's lots of shots on goal. It's so intense. And then all of a sudden Canada won, and I was like, yeah, girl. And of course Facebook blew up, and then some people had their sassy, oh, did something happen with the hockey game? Oh, did Canada win gold? Somebody, commented, yeah, in curling. And then I thought it was funny that, nobody cared about curling. Although, truthfully, I do love curling, but, give me a break. It's time to watch some hockey. So anyway, that happened today. And then I realized that it's reading week. And so I've been reading, and I realized that I haven't been updating you on my reading. So I read The Faults in Our Stars. I finished it. One of the days, potentially Monday. It had to have been Monday. So I finished The Fault in Our Stars, and honestly, you know how everybody says that they cry when they watch The Fault in the Stars? It's it's not even a matter of crying. It's a matter of ugly crying. It's the world had changed. Although, to be fair, I didn't cry as much in The Fault in Our Stars as I did in the 14th time I watched The Notebook. And honestly, that's a liberal estimate as to how many times I've seen The Notebook. I've seen The Notebook way too many times. It's not even okay. So, literally the last time I watched The Notebook, I just remember, tears were streaming down my face. And it wasn't even the sad part yet. I was like, dear God, if this isn't even the sad part. So, comparatively, if you want to compare it to The Notebook, wasn't that sad. However, it did live up to everyone's kind of reviews. Yes, it was sad. I don't know, you saw it coming, but you didn't see it coming. That's all I'm gonna say. And so, well done, John Green. It's the only book that I've actually finished of yours. So, there's going to be so many nerd fighters who, like, if they were to actually watch this, be like, oh, it's the best book ever. What are you talking about? It's still on the New York Times bestseller list. Yeah, I know it is. Great. Good for the book. You know what the one thing is though? Like, I read this one book forever ago, and I was telling Connor about this, how it had an awful ending. Like, I didn't like the ending of The Fault in Our Stars. But when I was telling Connor, I was just like, oh, it was the worst ending ever. And then I remembered, no, that wasn't the worst ending I've ever read, because it was this book called Girl Undiscovered, but it was like a GYRL. I don't even have this book anymore. I don't know where it is. I'd like to read it again, but I wouldn't, because I know how it ends, and it ends awfully. And that's the biggest disappointment, when you're so invested in the book and you're so invested in the characters, and then all of a sudden, poof, like, bye, there's no ending. So in that sense, I could relate with The Fault in Our Stars, because it's kind of what it's based around. Like, it's her favorite book, and she wants to know how it ends, and the author is hard to reach, and blah, blah, blah. So I could relate with that. But then, similarly to that book, The Fault in Our Stars doesn't have a really good ending either. So I don't know. Should have just waited to see the movie. Anyway, hope you're having fun in Scotland. Oh, I have more to say. I'll just make another video, though, because this is way too long. Okay, bye.